We welcome all the JB Nagar members on a Saturday evening on a very important and the technical sessions, which is on the unique advantage of using the cloud accounting. And we are having two sessions today. The second sessions will be on the demystifying the central bank digital currency. So we welcome you on this virtual platform of our JB Nagar CP Study Circle of WRC of ICAI. Before we start or before we have the formal introduction of the today's speakers, we'll play our institute motto songs as a mark of our respect. So I'm sharing the screen.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you, members. Now, to introduce the today's speakers, first topic we have, it is on the unique advantages of using the cloud accounting. And to enlighten us on with this very important topic, we have with us CA Jigar Shah, who is going to throw some more lights on this today's topic. Basically, whatever limited knowledge I have on the cloud accounting, it is basically functions same as the desktop accounting, but if all the functions moves to the cloud because of some ease in functioning. So Jigar Bhai is there to enlighten us something on more on detail in this particular topic. And now, without taking much more time, and to formally introduce our today's first speaker, I would like to invite our core group member, CA Dinesh Bhai Tejwani, who is going to formally introduce to the Jigar Bhai Shah first. Dinesh Bhai, over to you.
Thank you, Jayesh Bhai, and good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to introduce CA Jigar Shah. He is partner in a firm, SK Rathi and Company, which is a 45-year-old firm. And he joined the firm as a partner 7 years ago. And I have witnessed, how he has been a catalyst to the growth and also transforming the company by leveraging the information technology. So he's a tech enthusiast. He has authored 2 books. One is GST for Entrepreneurs. This is when GST was being launched. And the other is Work from Home for Professional Firms, where he was one of the co-authors. This book was launched during COVID era and downloaded by thousands of people. He has helped more than 100 companies to move to cloud accounting very successfully. He is a regular speaker on GST and technology-related subjects related to the profession. He is very active in Bombay Chartered Accountants Society and the Chamber of Tax Consultants as a member of the Information Technology Committee. Today's topics, no better person than Jigar Shah, because he is expert in cloud accounting, huge practical experience. And Jigar, I would also like you to tell that how this has helped you in shaping the practice beyond local clients. So that's one more aspect which you can throw some light on. So warm welcome, CA Jigar Shah, and so over to you.
Definitely. First of all, thank you, Tejwani ji, for introducing me to JB Nagar Study Circle. I got in touch with JB Nagar Study Circle through him. I have attended few sessions over there, and just before the session, we were discussing that we were like 1,700 members in this study circle, which is a huge thing. It's a complete honor for me to be over here on this platform. So thank you, Jayesh Bhai, for giving me this opportunity to share whatever I know about cloud accounting. So I've shared my screen. Cloud accounting, we are going to discuss about cloud accounting, and we are not just going to discuss advantages. We will also take up challenges which generally comes in our way to adopt to cloud accounting. So the intention over here is to give complete start to all the members over here on all the aspects of what are the advantages and what are the challenges, so that we can take a decision first whether for ourselves as CA firms should we move to something which is on cloud for our accounting, and then for our clients. So first of all, the disclaimer, my views that I express over here are personal. During the presentation, we will talk about few products. I am associated with Zoho as an implementation partner, and we will be sharing something about that also. And so all these products are paid products. The attendees should do their own due diligence before they buy any product. First of all, let us discuss why cloud accounting, why we are discussing this topic today. So I have few pointers over here. First of all, the whole world is moving towards cloud. Now, from it is just not about accounting, right from your document storage to your kitchens. We also have concept of cloud kitchens now. So the whole world is moving towards cloud. Everyone wants, for all businesses, the most secured way to store data is on cloud. The few reasons are that, okay, it is easily expandable. You don't have to, it is on subscription basis. And this is not just about accounting, but for anything. Like primarily in our field, we talk about two things: accounting and document management. So for our firm, even our document management is completely on cloud. We don't have anything local. We used to have something local, then we moved to cloud. We are using Microsoft product, and it has really helped us a lot because all the documents, everything are on cloud, and we don't have, and it can be accessed on mobile phone also, right? So the point that I'm trying to make is that the whole world is moving towards cloud, and accounting is one aspect of it. And we should also start looking at it, that how cloud accounting functions. If you would have observed, we, few years back, we were having records which were paper based. Then we moved to soft copies. So soft copies were first stored digitally on our PCs, etc. And now we are moving towards cloud. In fact, we just shifted our office and we realized that, all the files that we were having, physical files, were all of, previous years, like 4 to 5 years back. And in last 2-3 years, there is very little physical documentation that we have generated. So everything is moving towards soft copies and cloud-based. And I really believe that if the CA community takes expertise or takes adequate interest in this subject, then we have a big opportunity to become the accounting capital of the world. Already there are a lot of people who are doing it. Big firms are doing it. We call it as knowledge process outsourcing. So all these large firms, they are having clients in out of India, US, UK, and all their backend data processing happens in India, right? And this happens for tax returns, for accounting, everything. Now, for tax returns, we might feel that, okay, there is a certain level of expertise which is required. And we need to recruit chartered accountants who are sensible enough to understand laws of other country and all that. So we might feel restricted that, okay, if I'm not having a large firm, I might not have capability to get those resources which I can say that are expert in those fields, right? But when it comes to accounting is standard all over the world. Debit and credit is standard all over the world, right? And we can create competencies in our organization. Small firms can create competencies, medium-sized firms can create competencies in the organization, and we can cater to clients all over the world. As Tejwani ji was sharing, we have got clients now who are, so first of all, it is just not about getting clients from all over India. In my experience, because of GST and because of cloud accounting, now we can cater to the clients all over the country because the laws are standardized. But apart from that, even outside India, we have got clients who are from Singapore, from US, from UK, from Tanzania, country like Tanzania, from Spain, UAE, etc. So all these regions, we have got clients, few clients, one clients, two clients, etc., that we are able to cater. What I'm trying to communicate over here is that without having complete knowledge of, let us say, Tanzania taxation laws, I'm still able to help them because they know that, okay, I'm a chartered accountant, so I already have competency on accounts. And then I also know a particular cloud software. So it becomes a great match for them, right? Same with people in US, etc. Their costs are heavier. Over here, cost is cheaper. So they also like to work with people over here in India. So if we play this right, our country has a huge, we all, I mean, a lot of us over here were in World Congress, right? So if we play it right, we can really become an accounting capital of the world and cater to many countries. Another reason for moving or to adopt to cloud based softwares is that startups and new age entrepreneurs, they are not comfortable with desktop based softwares. If this has been my experience, that the new age entrepreneurs, even the second generation entrepreneurs of traditional businesses, and definitely tech people, they are really not comfortable with desktop based softwares. They don't want to be dependent on any accountant for extracting reports. What they want things real time, they want things on their cell phone. So now it is their demand that we adopt, their demand that their chartered accountant adopts to something which is on cloud. So the market is demanding from us that we adopt to cloud. So the earlier point that I shared with respect to catering to the whole world was from the perspective of growth, right? But this point is from the perspective of necessity. Few years down the line, it will become mandatory for us to really have expertise or working knowledge of this cloud-based accounting softwares. As I was sharing, businesses are now demanding that we adopt to new age cloud-based softwares, primarily because they want real-time reports, right? And they want things which are integrated. There are multiple facets that they want, which are covered in one software, and and they get information on the click of the button. Now let us come to features of cloud accounting. When I say that businesses want us to adopt to cloud, there might be reasons for it, right? There might be certain advantages that they are looking at it. They are looking at, wherein they say that, okay, we have got clients wherein the client has come to us because their chartered accountant is not comfortable with a cloud accounting software. So they approach us that, okay, our chartered accountant is not comfortable with this software, but we want to have this software, so we are ready to change our chartered accountant. So there might be a reason, there might be something about the technology that why they are saying that. Let us look at that. First of all, the most basic point of any cloud accounting software is that it can be accessed from anywhere and on any device. Even if that particular software is not having an app, customized app, dedicated app, we can still access it from our cell phone through the web version of a product. And most cloud accounting softwares are having their dedicated apps. So this can be accessed at any time, anywhere, and on any device. What this does is that if you are on a move and if you want to do something, let us say if you are on a move, and especially in city like India, especially city like Mumbai, we are on a move for a very long time, right? So the travel is so hectic that most of us might be spending 2 to 3 hours a day in traveling if our offices are not nearby. So if I am on the move and I see an email wherein a client is asking for a particular invoice or a particular estimate or a particular statement, I can just go on my device and send it to that person, right? I don't have to say that, okay, मैं कल office पहुंच के आपको दूंगा, correct? So this is one of the biggest advantages of being on a cloud system. Automatic data transfer from bank. So once you are in a cloud environment, there are a lot of automations possible. Primarily because a lot of systems, lot of technologies are on cloud. Let us say there is a banking system and then there is a particular software, and since both are on cloud, they can interact with each other, correct? So there are a lot of things which can be synced, which can be integrated, which makes things possible. One of the important things from our perspective, from accountants perspective, is this bank entries. Now lot of accountants spend lot of time in doing data entry of bank, right? We will take a statement, we'll take a printout, and then we'll do data entry in a particular software, and we'll put all the narrations, check number, etc., right? On cloud, what we can do is, on cloud, what the system does is, as soon as the transaction is recorded in the bank, it gets fetched in your accounting system. So as and when the transactions are happening with some lag, you will see that they will appear in your accounting software, and then you just have to tag them to a particular effect. So for example, if there is a customer receipt, you just have to tag that, okay, I have received this amount from this particular customer. And even in that, the systems are so intelligent that there will be, if there is some name recorded, it will give you an hint, okay, this is from this customer. If there is, let us say, invoice, if I have received 54,000, and if there is any invoice which is pending from my customer of 54,000, the system will hint that, okay, this particular entry is for this particular invoice. I know a few of my clients wherein this data entry, their complete data entry is being done from someone who is not from accountancy background and with very limited knowledge. So that particular person was someone who was recruited as a office boy or an office help, right? But he knew computer. He was like 2021. He knew how to operate a computer, and that person got trained to do data entry in accounts. Now that person even today will not have any knowledge of debit credit. If we ask him that, okay, ये बैंक का debit क्या हुआ, credit क्या हुआ, that he will not know, but he will do perfect accounting, because he does not have to apply his mind from debit and credit perspective. He just has to do the matching of things. So because of this automations and everything, what happens is that a certain level of resources which were not able to do accounting because of lack of knowledge or lack of expertise, they can also be trained. And now these banks, etc., they have such deep integration with these softwares, is that you can initiate your payment from the software itself, right? So you don't have to even go to the bank window to enter the details. You will initiate from the software itself, get an OTP, and your transfer will be done. And as soon as you do the transfer, your accounting entry will be done, right? So the act of making the payment and act of recording the entry are now not two different acts. They are the one, and as soon as you make the payment, your entry will get automatically recorded in your books of accounts. If you're having any questions, feel free to ask on the chat box. I'll try to take as many questions as possible, and in the end also we will take the questions if they are left out. One more major advantage that I can see from a CA firm's perspective is that on a click of a button, you can convert your balance sheet and P&L from accrual basis to cash basis, because the system is having the data of what are my cash transactions and what are my accrual transactions. So not so from a CFO's perspective, definitely it helps in simplifying the statutory compliances, etc. Because we give our P&L balance sheet. Most of us might be giving our P&L balance sheet on cash basis. But even for other firms, like businesses always have a question that, okay, they are seeing profit in their P&L account, but they are not seeing the bank in balance in their bank, right? So what I just do is convert the balance sheet, convert the P&L into cash basis, and then show them the real picture that, okay, you might have clocked this many sales, but actually in your bank account, you have received only this much. And this is clear from this particular report. So huge advantage. And we are saving as a firm, we are saying, as a firm, we are saving a lot of time, because in the desktop based software, we used to pass, because to keep a track of data, anyways we need to pass entry of sales, right? But then to have P&L on cash basis, we need to do some manual JVs that we all might be doing. All those things have gone out of the picture. We just book the sales, we just book the payment receipt, and cash and mercantile thing is taken care of. Krati is asking, is that do we hire someone for cloud accounting, or we can do it by ourselves? Krati, if you are having time, you can definitely do it yourself. We are not required to be dependent on anyone. As I said, as Jayesh Bhai mentioned, that from accounting perspective, it is the same thing on cloud with advantages, right? So the debit credit remains the same. Only the platform changes, the software changes, and there is no rocket science out here. So we can do it ourselves. Deepakji, I will take up the softwares. It's there in the slides. So I'll take up which are the softwares available in the market. Okay. And most of the things that I am sharing out here is from my experience and what I am doing in my firm and for my clients. So like we all might be having recurring invoices, right? We do monthly GST, quarterly TDS returns, etc. Correct? So we all might be having invoices that we raise on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, annual basis. What we have done in our firm is that all the monthly and quarterly invoices, we have set them up as a recurring invoice. So I just have to set a recurring invoice, and every month on 1st at 8 a.m., my invoice will go to the client. I don't have to worry about it, right? It will automatically go to the client. My whole process is automated. Once again, saves a lot of time. We don't have to remember kiska invoice baki hai, kiska invoice gaya. We are for sure that invoice to chala gaya hamara. Now people have questions that acha agar koi galat invoice chala gaya to what we do. So most of the softwares have a feature wherein the invoice will be created automatically in draft mode, and then you can review and send the invoice. This can be done not just for giving the invoice, but also for recording your expenses. So once again, from our firm's perspective, let us say something like a rent expense. I know that it is the same amount for the whole year. I have to the same party, same TDS, etc. So I just book one bill and create a recurring bill, and automatically my entries will happen every month. So lot of automation is available through recurring invoices and recurring bills, recurring expenses. Once again, helps a lot. One point that I missed out with from bank perspective is that you can set up rules. So if the bank narration says Uber, then you can set up a rule that, okay, if bank narration is Uber, it means that it is a conveyance expense, and it will show that, okay, account is conveyance expense, and then we just have to press the save button. Once again, bottom line is that all these things saves a lot of time, and a very limited level of resource can manage all these things. Invoice payment links. Lot of times now, once again, everything is going digital. People are ready to pay 1%, 2% extra, but they don't want to add your bank account or go to the bank website and transfer the payment. They will like, acha mere ko link de do, you give me UPI link, you give me this link, that link, and I will transfer the payment to you. So when we are on the cloud environment, we can give that link on the invoice itself. The person will click on that invoice and window will open for any payment gateway and make the payment right away. Once again, this has helped us a lot when it comes to our collections. From my experience, as I said, there are few clients, especially from tech, are like ready to pay 1% extra, 2% extra of that payment gateway charges, but they don't want, they are comfortable with this process of making payments through links. In fact, I've got clients who are saying that, okay, set me up a system wherein it is like ECS, right? Your monthly charges will get debited directly. Now, this has happened because people are used to it. Like if you pay for, like, let us say Microsoft product or Gmail, you just enter your credit card details and every month your payment goes. If you are subscribing to Netflix, it is the same thing. So people are new age, people are used to all these things. And they are okay that, okay, if automate, on an automatic basis, the payments are getting deducted. They don't want to get follow-up calls from your office. Moving forward to on this invoicing front, you can set automatic reminders for outstanding invoices. You can set up rules in the system. The rule may be that, okay, whatever invoices are pending for more than 15 days, you send a reminder to my client. Whatever invoices, the way you want to set up a rule, it's your choice. You can select which customers you want to send automatic reminders or not, which customers you don't want to send automatic reminders. Everything can be set up by you. So you can set up automatic reminders for outstanding invoices, etc. You can set up reminders for you to make the bill payments. So that email will come to you that, okay, you said that, okay, for this vendor, I'm going to pay only after 45 days. So after 45 days, you will get email from the system. Your accountant does not have to come to you and remind you that, sir, ye payment मांग रहा है, अभी इसका due है. The system will remind you that, okay, 45 days have gone. Now this particular bill is due. Please make the payment. And so from what I just shared, your invoices can get automated, recurring invoices, and automatic reminders can go to your clients. Once again, this has helped us a lot in our firm because most of the times what happens is that it is not that client does not want to pay on time. It is just that they are not aware of it, right? They are not reminded to make the payment. And this is especially with income tax return clients. Once again, I'm just talking from my experience, wherein there are certain income tax return clients that they come to you once in a year, you file their return, and then you raise a bill. A lot of times they don't see their invoice on email, and then the outstanding is lying over there. Our unfortunate thing with chartered accountants is that after every due date, there is another due date. So we don't we are just busy in managing all those due dates, and we really don't have time to sit on our outstanding debtors and do collections on a recurring basis. Correct. This is what my experience was. And then there are certain clients that will not appreciate if your team member speaks to them. They want that, okay, you only speak to them. Correct. So all those things are also required to be managed in the form. But if the reminder goes on email automatically, it will go as if you are only sending the email. You can draft the email. All these things really help. At least you will have a track of what communication has happened. From my experience with this activity, what happens is that even if client wants to communicate to you anything, right, communication gets initiated. Let us say if I've sent an invoice and the client is not okay with that particular amount, an automatic reminder is going every week or every 15 days, then at least after 1 week or 2 weeks, then he will send an email that we need to discuss this, etc. Correct. So your initiation of conversation for recoveries starts happening if these things are automated. Now, this is one of the major things. As I said, everything is moving to cloud. Documentation is moving to cloud. In any cloud accounting software, you can attach the document in the entry itself. Now we are doing GST recourse for Now we are doing GST recourse for GST annual returns and audits. And this is what has really helped us, because we had done certain work and we had passed certain entries at the time of finalization of books of accounts. And then we had done a certain working for that. So whatever JV we passed, we had uploaded the workings over there, then and there itself, right? So now we just have to fetch that report. We have to just see what that reconciliation was and complete our work. And this is true for any kind of data entry. Like you can upload the bills from your vendors that you are receiving. Once again, it's the same point. Like there was a time wherein you used to get every bill which was physical, and for making a digital office, you were required to scan that invoice and then keep it and then upload. Now that is not the case. Most of the invoices, most of the documents that you are getting are in digital form. It will be in your email. You just have to upload it in your accounting system. So all the documentation, etc., is getting maintained at the same point, at the same place, with every entry. Like we have a practice wherein for our clients, where things like depreciation entry, we will upload our working. Things like deferred tax entries, we will upload our working. So we don't have to really prepaid expense entries. We will just upload our entries. All these, apart from basic attaching a particular document in the bill, which is definitely acts as a supporting. All these, workings, etc., everything goes on cloud. So we really, whatever, the detailed explanation of that particular entry, you will have the document over there. This really helps. In fact, there are automations available wherein as soon as a particular document comes on your email, that document will go to your accounting system, right? And from that accounting system, I'll come to my next point, that once a document, you receive a particular document in your inbox from a designated email ID, that document will get pushed to your accounting software. In that accounting software, you will click a button of auto scanning, and your accounting software will create an auto entry for it, because it will read what is GST number, which vendor, it will read all those things. It will read the narration, it will read the description, and it will put it in the digital form. You'll make few changes here and there, and you will save the button, and you will press the save button. Once again, huge advantage, saves a lot of time. And what this does is reduces the chances of error, because the system is reading that particular GST number, and system is then entering or selecting a particular vendor. The control remains with you. You can always make changes. You need to press save button, but the data entry bit of things gets eliminated. Let us say if there are 15-20 items over there, all the descriptions gets recorded through the auto scanning feature. Yeah, you can save bills. I don't understand what is Concur package, Mukeshji. We'll come to data security also. Customer and vendor portal. Now, once again, because this software is on cloud, limited access can be given to your customers and vendors. So what will happen is, once you give this access, that customer will have a window, will have a login ID, and in that window, he will see all the transactions that you have entered with that particular customer. He will see all the sales order, invoices, when he has made the payment, your traditional ledger, etc. So you don't have to really, whenever a customer asks for reconciliation, you don't have to really do that. You just have to ask him to access his particular portal, and he will have all the information on real-time basis. As soon as you do the accounting, that same details will be updated over there, right, in his or her portal. Same with vendors. A vendor will have same information about the transactions, etc. In fact, customer, you can ask customer to approve a particular purchase order, sales order. right? So if you're sending a sales order and customer can go over there and approve that particular sales order. For vendors, they can upload their bills over there. So as soon as a vendor uploads the bill on the vendor portal, a notification comes to your accounting team that okay, this particular bill has been uploaded, and once again you use that document. So the document is already there in the system, and you use that document to auto scan and pass your accounting entry, and definitely the document remains over there. Auto scheduling of reports. As I said, businesses are demanding real-time reports, etc. Now, in a cloud environment, you can schedule your report. Like if I want that, okay, on, as I said, you can schedule in particular invoice. You can also schedule a particular report, that if you want a particular balance sheet or PNL, or let us say an aging report, to go to your client every month on 15. So that system will automatically push that report to your clients on a monthly basis. For client, it is like, oh, yeah, mera CA kitna dhyan rakh raha hai, you know, on every 10th, he is sending me balance sheet, PNL, and he's also sending me aging report. So all those things really helps for us also at partner level or the owner level. If if your team member is doing accounting, and if you are getting a balance sheet PNL on every 10th of the month, you will get a trigger to at least go and have a look at things, right? And all those things really help. You can intervene at the right time, and you can seek clarifications, etc. You can take actions at the right time. Import masters and transactions, all these cloud accounting softwares. I think this feature might also be there in the desktop software, wherein you can do a bulk upload of transactions. Now, bulk upload of transactions can be two types. One is that, okay, you have downloaded a data from a particular website. Let us say what we do for our clients is, if my client is doing transactions from a particular e-commerce website, we will download all the transactions and we will just import all the invoices in one go from Excel to books of accounts. So once again, lot of manual data entry is eliminated, and we can work efficiently, and this can be done for all types of transactions. API integration. So most of us might be aware about what is API, etc. But just to give a brief background, APIs are basically, let us say, a language, or API is a medium wherein two softwares talk with each other, right? So one software will give an API call to a particular software, and then that will be responded with certain set of data. Now, since everything is on cloud, what happens is, this cloud accounting software, first of all, have API integrations for basic things with something like GST, wherein you just do a push transaction, and it will talk with GST portal, and all your transactions will be pulled and go to GST portal, and then from the software itself you can file your GST return. So this is something this softwares have identified is like GST is something which all the softwares have identified is a very basic thing, and they need to give it to us because it is required by everyone, correct? But apart from this, because things are in the cloud environment, you can do customization over here. So even if you are having, or if your client is having his or her own website, and it is created on a certain platform, and there are transactions happening on the website, and you want to pull all the transactions to your accounting software, right? So this can be done through customization, and all the transaction gets pulled to your particular accounting. Once again, in the traditional environment, the transaction automatic website sales might be happening on the website, and the accountant would then download the reports and do the data entry, etc. All these things will go away. your transactions will get automatically pulled to your accounting software, right? And because of this, there are a lot of possibilities, right? We are just talking about accounting over here, but a business needs a lot of applications, right? There is payroll, there is CRM, there is inventory to be managed, etc. Because a certain level of customization is possible in the cloud environment, which can be easily done. A lot of possibilities are open, lot of automation possibilities are open. Once again, in accounting, what happens is that we post facto record a particular transaction which has happened in the business scenario. Because of all these things, those two things gets merged, right? So the sale happens from the website, and if it is automated, your accounting entry gets triggered in the system automatically. And as soon as the sale entry gets triggered over here, it will reduce the inventory from the accounting system, and new inventory figure then will get communicated to your website that, okay, now this is my revised inventory over here. From our perspective, this also resolves a lot of reconciliation issues, right? Otherwise, you have to reconcile, okay, what is my sale as per my website and what is accounted. Because if it is done manually, or even if it is uploaded via Excel, there are chances of errors. So this gets eliminated. From a business perspective, if my inventory is being maintained on my accounting software and not on my website, so then I have to manually update my inventory over there, correct? So all those things can be taken care of, and this is one of the biggest advantages, because of this, things are scalable to a large extent. You can expand to a large extent. These things have capabilities to take care of thousands and 10,000s of transactions. If you are using a cloud-based software, there is huge transaction. Let us say there are on a daily basis there are 1,000 sales invoices or 2,000 sales invoices. Your system will become slow, because then it is dependent on how good is your desktop, correct? To how good is your PC to manage that much of data, to load that much of data. But since things are on cloud, it really does not matter on what system you are using or what are the specifications of your laptop. Definitely what matters is what is the internet speed, right? So if internet speed is slow, then your work is slow. So internet speed has to be good, but then you are not really limited from, at least from speed perspective, on your particular system. Yes. Definitely, PNL and balance sheet is generated on entry. I mean, that is the basic thing that we need in any software, right? So everything is maintained on the software. Whether all banks are maintaining clients account on cloud accounting. Basically, the client has to maintain his accounts on the cloud accounting software, correct? And banks have integrations, and even if a particular bank is not having an integration, all these softwares have a feature wherein you can upload the Excel statement. So once again, manual data entry is not required. Excel statement, really, you can just upload the Excel statement and things will be taken care of. Secure sharing of data. So it also received a question with respect to security. So all these softwares are, they understand that this is a financial data and this has to be highly secured, right? So they ensure that there is top level of security. Until and unless you give login ID and password of your account, your data will not go anywhere. Okay. So that is the primary thing. If you are giving your login ID and password, then definitely there is a security issue. But this software, there is no way. I will not say there is no way. It is very difficult for anyone to go into that data, because These are highly secured and they cater to certain level of norms. There are large corporations who do their accounting on these softwares, and they have to take care of these things. uh, and this is for all the softwares. If you get in touch with any of their representatives, they can give you technical specifications of what they are catering to, what are the measures that they are taken, and what are the guidelines that they are catering to, because they also have to secure certain certifications to prove that their data is really secured, and they can help you with what are the certifications that they are having. So data is secured. There is also question of backup. You can always take a backup. So first backup is always taken by the software, right? Because it is on cloud, your data is not going anywhere. But yeah, if let us say what happens in a desktop based software is that you have done certain data entry and you have saved that file version on your PC, then you will open a new version and then you will make some changes, you will delete few entries, right? And over here you are having a backup of earlier version where you have deleted the entry, earlier version where the entries are there, and then there is a new version where some entries are deleted. So you can go back to the old file where certain entries got deleted. That is not possible in a cloud environment. Once you delete a particular entry, it is deleted from the system. You cannot retrieve the entry, but yes, in the log you will get complete details of which entry got deleted and who deleted it and on what time. So backup in traditional sense, which we are used to of, let us say, taking a tally backup on a daily basis, monthly basis, right? That is not possible, and we load that tally data back if there is any data loss. Correct. That is not possible in the cloud environment. In cloud environment, the chances of data loss itself is very less. Uh, and I from last few years I'm not using tally that much, but when I used to use it, I know that there are, there are a lot of instances where data loss can happen because we are having, primary reason being that we use multiple versions. Your client will send you some tally data and then you will do some entries and you will send, and then in that we don't know which is the final tally data, correct? All those things don't happen in a cloud environment. The live system is one system. You cannot create duplicate systems, right? Everyone will have their own user access, and that user access will have a track. You can restrict the users to view rights only. You can restrict the users for going through only certain reports, etc. All those things can be managed, but your data will remain intact. Data will remain one. There will be only one source of truth. So this is with respect to data integrity and secure sharing of data. With respect to backup, once again, you can still take a backup, which will be in Excel file, etc., and which can be referred to once again whenever you need it. The last advantage is that it is always a latest version. So it is not that there are multiple versions coming and then you have to buy once again something to get an updated version. Since most of this run on subscription model, you will always have the latest version running in, and you don't have to really, all these things happen in background, they make a lot of changes, and you don't have to really stop your work, right, for your new version to get updated. Now let us come to challenges also. It is not that okay, everything is great and सब कुछ चंगा है, as we say, like सब बढ़िया है, सब चंगा है. There are certain challenges also, once again coming from my experience, that I have faced in my firm as well as with clients that you are working at. So first of all, very basic, if there is no internet, no work. Now this was a huge challenge few years back, before Geo came in. The data was expensive. We used to, there was a lot of time when there was no internet in your office. We were not having any alternative and we were sitting idle. But this situation is very rare now. But factually speaking, if there is no internet, then you cannot do your work. So no internet, no work if you are in a cloud environment. Now it is difficult to find trained resources because all these softwares are new softwares, and we really don't have people having 5 years of experience, right? You will have people having 15 years of experience in something like Tally, but you will not get anyone with even 5 years of experience in something like Zoho Books or QuickBooks, correct? So it is difficult to find trained resources, but they can be trained. You need to invest some time and patience into training, and they can be trained. And generally all these softwares run on a particular subscription model, right? So once again, if you take example of Tally, once you buy Tally, you can create multiple organizations in that, and then it is up to you how much you want to use it. But all these softwares are having a subscription model, and that subscription model in most of the cases you need to take for every organization. Now, some softwares might have a bulk package of 5-10 organizations. Some might be organization specific. So you need to do payment for every organization. From what we have done is that we don't pay for any of our clients' subscription. It is a choice of the client to use that particular platform, and if he is okay, then he makes the payment for the software, and then we do accounting in that, right? So if client sees the value in the software, then only we can ask him to do it. This will not happen, this might not really happen, or client might not be really happy to pay for your convenience, right? So client has to see his own convenience, and then definitely if you are getting at the right price for your services, if you are getting good fees for your services, you can definitely take a call to pay on behalf of your client. But once again, it's your choice. But the point I'm trying to make as a challenge is that it is for every organization that we have to pay separately, and it is on subscription model. Now, okay, so this point I was confused whether should I keep this in advantage or in challenges. Okay, so advantage is that, okay, there is an audit trail and there's a digital footprint of every change that is being done, and now there is also a mandate to keep a audit trail of all the transactions, right? So it's an advantage. But when I talk with chartered accountants, they find that, okay, this is also a challenge, because whatever changes that we are doing, everything is getting recorded, and authorities might have track and trace of what changes we have done. So I see it as an advantage because I can hold the right person accountable. We can see, okay, what was the first sales order and what was the last sales order, what are the variations which has happened, who made what change when, and we can really have accountability of there are any mistakes, or if any entry got deleted, if or any change which has happened without authorization. Correct. So I feel that this is an advantage, but yes, I've interacted with many chartered accountants, and few of them feel that, okay, this is a challenge because every change that we are making is getting recorded and there is a digital footprint. With respect to making changes, once again, a cloud system gives us power, as I briefly stated, that you can create users and then you can give them restricted access. So you can give an access wherein, okay, this particular user will have only access to my customer related data. I don't have to show him balance sheet and PNL. Let him just see what are the transactions with customers. And in that also I can designate that this person has to look into only transaction of this particular 3 or 5 customers. So all those user roles can be created, and once the user roles are created, you can have a maker checker system in place, 2 layer, 3 layer, that, okay, someone will create a particular invoice and someone will approve. Only when a particular transaction is approved, it will be considered as a final transaction, right? So all those user rights, etc., can be configured. And the advantage that I am seeing because of this feature is that on an accounting software, it is not just the accounting team which is working. Now it is also the sales team which is working on the accounting software. The sales guy will itself create a customer master, right? He'll get the information and he will create a customer master. Sales guys will use the accounting software itself to send a sales order. right? So everything is happening on same platform. At same time, at the vendor side, the purchase people will send purchase order from the system itself. So the whole organization to a large extent come on one platform, and a lot of duplication can be avoided. Challenge of readability of data on discontinuation of service. So we have like classic example of QuickBooks in front of us. So QuickBooks has decided that they are quitting India, right? They will not be giving their services in India from April onwards. So what has happened is that a lot of people who had maintained their accounts, books of accounts in QuickBooks, now have a challenge, because they will not have any access to their data from April 23 onwards, right? So the only option that they have is to download the data. Now, when we download this data, it happens in Excel format. It is not like Tally, wherein Tally data is downloaded and then we load that Tally data once again in Tally software, and I will see my balance sheet, PNL, etc. It does not happen in an cloud environment. Your data dump will be in Excel, and you cannot upload it, or you will not get a file version where you just upload once again in QuickBooks after a few years and you will see your data. Correct? So readability of data is a huge challenge when it comes to discontinuation of service. We have got clients who are migrating from QuickBooks to Zoho Books. We are working on Zoho Books to a large extent, wherein we are uploading data of 4 years, 5 years in Zoho Books, because they want to have that data to view, to take certain management decisions. So, but yeah, this has been like this is one of the biggest challenges, wherein if for whatever reason the company is not providing you service, or you decide to that, okay, you don't want to use this software, the readability of data becomes a challenge, because the dump that you will receive will be in Excel. Now, what are the advantages of CA firms for CA firms? I've already discussed what I'm doing in my firm. Right. So cash or mercantile is the biggest advantage. Recurring invoice is the biggest advantage. Auto payment reminders. Fourth thing is also time tracking. You can ask your team members to record the time. We have left out, in fact, few of the features, right? Let us say I'm doing a particular expense for my client. When I am recording my expense entry, I can mark that, okay, this is supposed to be reimbursed to me. So as soon as I mark it as reimbursable, when I am creating an invoice for that customer, the system will show me that, okay, you are creating this invoice, but then these are 5 expenses that you are supposed to get reimbursed. So I will click, and then it will get added in my invoice. So this is also a feature that we are using in our office. Another thing that we have started using in our firm is, as I said, we can create users, right? So all the managers of the firm have access to customer module of the system that we are using. And so they don't have access to balance sheet P&L, but they have access to customer module. The simple instruction that I've given them is that as soon as you start a work, you just create an estimate. Estimate is like pro forma, so that we know that, okay, this estimates have to be converted into invoice either today or sometime later. Correct. So there is a complete track of what work is going on, and there is no invoicing which gets left out. And you can do remote audit. As I said, we are catering to clients not across India. I've got a client from Northeast, from Siliguri. Once again, what I'm trying to communicate is that it is not just these top cities who are adopting. There are people in tier 2, tier 3 cities from Guwahati who are using cloud-based software, right? And we are catering to them from Mumbai. We've got a client from Siliguri in West Bengal. A lot of automation he has done in his business, but we are able to cater to him from here because we both are in cloud environment. This was really not possible in the desktop environment. So as a CA firm, you can really expand your field of work to the number of people that you are catering to. So it was asked to me, what are the leading cloud accounting products? So QuickBooks is basically Tally of US, right? So in US, all small and medium businesses use QuickBooks. Unfortunately, QuickBooks has decided that it will quit India market and it will not provide services in India. Then you have Zoho Books. Zoho Books, you might be aware, is the Indian product. It is made in India, but it is catering to the world. I mean, they have got specific versions for US, UK, some countries in Africa, Saudi, etc. So if they are having a specific edition, that means that it is compliant with that particular country's laws and regulations. So if the UAE version will be compliant with VAT provisions out there, correct? And then they have a global edition, which is a general edition, which can be used for everyone. We have Zero. So as I mentioned, QuickBooks is like Tally in USA. Zero is like Tally in Australia. So most companies in Australia use Zero. There is Hostbooks, which is in India. There is ProfitBooks, which is in India, and there is OSAS, which is in India. From coming from my few initial slides, I'll take 1 or 2 minutes extra. Coming from my few initial slides, as I said, that we have an opportunity to become accounting capital of the world, right? So from the way I look at it is that even if there is a proprietor or an solo person running his practice, and if that person takes expertise on something like Zero, right, and then if he has right skill, you get work from, there are a lot of platforms to get work also, correct? So if you are having expertise in Zero and you put yourself on a particular platform, one can start getting work from all over the world. Same with QuickBooks, right? If you are taking expertise in something like QuickBooks, you can start getting work from US. Zoho Books is definitely an Indian product where you can explore, etc. So that was it from my end. Any questions? If time permits, Jayesh bhai, we can take up.
Sure, Jigar bhai. So I think questions which were dropped in the chat box, I think most of the questions you have covered simultaneously.
Supriya ji, I guess see, Tally is also having a cloud version, but it is more of it is a thing where you are able to use Tally on cloud, but it is not by default a cloud software, right? It has just given you an access to do entries on cloud. Deepak ji, the cost depends on software. I think QuickBooks was last that I remember for one of our clients that we are paying QuickBooks around 8 to 9,000 rupees a year. Zoho Books, they have a free version, and then they have something which is around, once again, around 8 to 9,000 rupees a year, and then they have different I would say packages, wherein the more you pay, you get more users, more functionalities, etc. Right? Generally, what I have seen is in Zoho Books is generally people to subscribe, which is 18,000 a year. Sure, Mukesh ji. In fact, I am having one small Zoho channel on Zoho software and learning. It is known as Zoho Guru. So you can subscribe to that. We have not been very consistent in uploading the videos, but we intend to be very consistent. So yes, you can subscribe to Zoho Guru for videos, and definitely Zoho also has its own videos.
Hello.
Hello. So I guess, yeah, backup of accounts is a challenge. So once again, Jayesh bhai, I think backup is something, so you can lock your data. The practice that we are following is that once in a year after books are finalized, we will take backup of GL, general ledger in Excel, and balance sheet P&L in Excel. That's about it. But we have not found in last 3 years any issue with data loss so far. So ERPs, Ashok ji, are most of the ERPs are on cloud themselves, and in a way they are also cloud accounting softwares. The softwares that I am talking about are mini ERPs, correct, and on cloud environment. Yeah, so I guess that's also it from my end.
Yes, Jigar bhai, thank you very much. And most of the questions I think you have covered.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was on the unique advantages of using the cloud accounting, and Jigar Bhai being a right person to help us to know about the cloud accounting and its advantages and the challenges. And he has very well covered each and every aspects in available time. So thank you, Jigar Bhai, for joining us today and help us to know something more, something about on the cloud accounting. And as we know, the COVID is even yet it is after 2 3 years, even today it is a challenge for everyone. Right now we'll have to accustom to it because and frequently we are facing that the COVID related issues, and so in future also we may be needed such kind of solutions wherein we can easily run our practice without any issues. So thank you very much, Jigar Bhai. And now to propose a hearty vote of thanks, I would like to invite our Deputy Convener, C. Purvi Bagaria ji, to propose a hearty vote of thanks to the today's first speaker.
Thank you, Jayesh Bhai. I would take this opportunity to propose a very hearty vote of thanks on behalf of the JB Nagar Study Circle to our speaker today, C.A. Jigar Bhai Shah. Thank you for enlightening us on the very important topic of cloud accounting and its importance in our profession. We have also found new opportunities of taking our practice global with this. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank today's coordinators for helping us out with today's event, C. Dinesh ji. And I would like to also thank all the participants for their very patient listening. With the sheer strength of the audience today, I'm sure everybody is been mesmerized by your presentation, sir. And we are all benefited. Thank you so much. Thank you. Also,
So yeah,
yeah,
continue.
yeah. I just wanted to invite Dinesh ji for introducing our second speaker for today, and we shall continue with the second session now. Thank you,
Sure.
Jigar ji.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Purvi. And so we come to the second topic of the day, and I have pleasure in introducing my good friend CA Uday Shah. So incidentally, this topic also came to my mind in one of the posts he shared on WhatsApp. So he appeared in one of the TV interview explaining central bank digital currency. And then I realized, this is very important topic and should be included in, one of our webinars. So I asked him, and he has, agreed to join us today. So he is founder partner of Kriti System, which is a software product company since 1992. The company has been serving thousands of clients, primarily in two segments. One is gem and jewelry, and the other is portfolio management system, PMS companies. His company also assists business in IT initiatives and management practices. He has been part of various industry and educational forums and providing boost to IT initiatives and sharing of knowledge. He has been a member of the Information Technology Committee of the Chamber of Tax Consultant for several years now. And I'll just speak a bit about today's topic also. So when the UPI was being launched in India, we had organized, on behalf of another institution, we had organized a program, and we had invited the CFO of National Payment Corporation of India. So that time, we actually got to understand what UPI is and then how the transfer will take place, seamlessly between two mobile phones. And we were all awestruck, that, how something can this happen, so swiftly. And, cut to now 4 years now, today we are able to make even a payment of 5 rupees or 10 rupees, so easily via UPI. The next progression now in this fintech, which government stack is, is called the government's initiative in information technology is central bank digital currency. And I think within no time, we would know the impact, the very powerful impact it will have on common people. So very interesting topic. And I welcome CA Uday Shah, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jayesh. Thank you, Dinesh, for inviting me to this session. And so Yeah, thank you, Jigar, for such an educative session today on cloud accounting. It was really wonderful. Having said that, he has set an excellent pace into this audience. Is my screen visible? Hello?
Not yet.
Not
Yes,
Today.
it is
not
visible.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes.
Thank you. So before we get into CBDC, of course, Dinesh has done an excellent function of kind of sharing what we had experienced together uh, with NPCI, Henchman, and UPI, how it would work, and so on. And in that stride further, this is the next step by government. Of course, there were many intermediary steps, but this is going to be one of the big steps now. Yeah, from government perspective, it is going to kind of cater to a lot of issues that they are facing. But let us understand the concept from our perspective. So just a brief baseline onto where we are heading. So a small definition of money and currency. While both in common parlance, we take it as same. Money is a medium of economic exchange, and currency is a standardized format of money for a geographical area. So a small distinction which will help us take it further. Money, though in common parlance is same, we use them same, but no, it's slightly different. Money is a larger format, currency is a geographical format. And yeah, for us, money was always a paper currency and coins. Prior to that, of course, we had bar kind of commodity exchange, etc., etc. But since long time now, money for us is currency or coins, right? Uh, then, of course, came in the bank. Bank allowed us to stake the money into the bank. It took away kind of pressure of storing the money, etc. And it gave us ease of transfer. The primary purpose of money was to allow transaction. Transaction being buy of service or something, or sale of service, and vis-a-vis, we would receive money in exchange. So it was receipt and payment of money always. Came the bank, and bank allowed us and more ease of transfer by allowing us to issue check, demand draft, etc., banknotes. Further advance of technology, we could do this entire transactions through internet. So came in transfers, wires, NEFT, RTGS, came in mobile banking, and then UPI. Excellent format. I, as he says, we have stopped kind of carrying currency in physical format thanks to UPI. You can do smallest of the payment, and it is almost accepted everywhere. Here is a new avatar of money, or currency, as we would call it. This is a digital avatar. Uh, it's different from cryptocurrency, and we'll see what is the difference. But first, let us understand the salient features of this currency. A, of course, like paper currency, this is issued by central bank or government. Okay, it is equal in worth. So there is no wagery, there is no pricing of this. It is equal in worth. 10 rupee of paper currency is also 10 rupee of digital currency. In fact, so much so that it is available in same denominations. So we have 200, 500, 10, 20, 50. Same denominations is available in digital currency also. In fact, digital currency will also hold coins as available in current format. So that's how it is. It's going to be identical in terms of denomination. Only thing is the format is not paper, or physical, it is going to be digital. And where will it reside? It will reside in a digital purse. What is digital purse? It's independent of bank, almost like our purse in our pocket. This is going to be in our phone. It is independent from bank. It's not the bank which is holding this money. It is your purse which is holding this money. If you lose your purse, your money is gone. Almost similarly, this is a digital purse. If you open it up for somebody, you might lose onto it. But the concept is exactly similar to that of a paper money. How does it work? Or rather, first, yeah, my distinction between the paper currency, because it is typically identical. The difference is, of course, it is non-tearable, non-soilable. It does not occupy physical space. It is more safe. Purse can be lifted, but this is difficult. Even if your phone is lost, you can still hold on to it by controlling your access to phone. And then, yes, of course, a big changer is saving printing and logistic costs of the paper currency. This is the advantage to the government, advantage to the economy. So the transactional cost over a period of years is going down, down, down. Though we might see certain bank charges in all our transfers and all, but believe me, transaction cost has gone down. It has reduced the days in terms of transfer. It has become instantaneous, and that is how the transaction cost of each such transfer has gone down. Had it been something like original, you were carrying the physical currency, or if it were a check payment, it was 3 days. Now all these formats, say NEFT, mobile, UPI, and this digital, they are instantaneous. So the funds are transferred immediately, your transaction costs are going down, your credit cycles are going down. So this is a huge advantage we are coming into. Some simile, of course, denomination, and it has a huge impact as we go ahead. You will see there is this paper currency and CBDC, both are available in same denomination, and both are sequentially and uniquely numbered. Please remember, these are numbered almost in a similar fashion as your physical paper currency. How do I work on this, or how do I start kind of holding this digital currency? So the concept is there is an e-wallet equivalent to a digital purse. E-wallet is an app. There are apps already available, but all this is on trial basis because CBDC was introduced in December 22 on a trial basis for retail business. Originally, it was introduced, I think so, 3 months before for wholesale business. That means the business was transacted between banks and government. It was not available for us. Now it is available, but it's on restricted basis, as in only few banks are participating and few cities are participating. It has not been opened up for all. Eventually, yes, this will be open for all. Okay, so e-wallet is an app, and yes, on trial basis there are few of these apps which are available on Google Show. IDFC First Digital Rupee app or Digital Rupee app by ICICI. Both are participant bank. Besides this, there is State Bank of India, which is also a participant bank, but I have not been able to check onto its app. As I said, it's on trial basis, so it is available only on invitation or first few to register. So as of now, all these apps are closed for anybody to enter into now. So you will not be able to try it out unless it is further opened up for everybody. But as of now, these are validly working apps, and there are few people who got the advantage of entering into this app. But let us see how it will work. So you have to set up your e-wallet on your phone. It's a very simple registration process, almost similar to any other this. Whether KYC is important, I'll come to it next, but entire registration process happens in less than 3 minutes. KYC will is not important or is not immediate until the balance of this wallet goes beyond an X amount. That's how RBI is specified. The limit, of course, RBI is not specified as of now. By nature, it is an independent wallet, independent of any banking backbone. So the money lying in this e-wallet, of course, where the data is stored, that is also coming somewhere behind, but it is lying on your phone virtually. Okay. How do I fund this account? So you may fund it by withdrawing from your bank account to your wallet, or somebody gives you some money into your wallet. So money comes only by your bank withdrawal, as similar to the cash receipt that you would do. You would go and withdraw from the bank for your personal usage. This will work exactly similar. So going further, the working is almost similar. Either you take it from your personal bank account, your bank account will be debited and your wallet will be funded, or it comes to you from your debtor or somebody who will pay you, and that's how the wallet is funded. I believe there are no questions so far. One very important feature is the denomination. The CBDC denomination is exactly same as your paper currency. So the notes as available in your physical format are also notes as available in CBDC, and which brings in a challenge. So if I have to pay for say 10 rupees, either I transfer 10 rupees, or I do 5 into 2 or 1 rupee into 10, or expect some change back immediately. You cannot, so there is no banking structure in between. So if I have in my wallet 500 bucks as a single currency, I cannot pay 10 rupees out of it. I need a 10 rupee denomination in my wallet. So in my wallet, balance is being maintained denomination wise. The way it was being maintained in your purse, you would have 500 note, you would have 200 note, etc. So same way in your wallet, all this is being maintained denomination wise. And this is, as I said, because there is no intermediary bank to facilitate any payment, unlike UPI. UPI is through bank. So you have a lump sum balance, say 10,000 rupees. I want to pay 10 rupees, I'll pay 10 rupees. I want to pay 5 rupees, I'll pay 5 rupees. The bank is transferring the amount from 10,000. But here it is direct from one person to another person, from Uday to Dinesh. It's as simple as that. So you should hold those currencies, or you expect the other person to pay you back the balance, either in physical or paper cash or otherwise. As I had mentioned earlier, it also maintains the coins in same format. CBDC does not have just notes, but it also has coins. So there are 1 rupee coins also available in that same. So you can stock yourself for all such variant that may be necessary for your transaction purposes. Okay. Yeah, it is different from cryptocurrency. CBDC should not be considered equal to crypto. First of all, it is not private. It is issued by central bank or government. It is guaranteed by, and value is equal to your paper currency. It is not open to any wagering. So the price is always at par. Then of course it is predefined denomination, and it is tenderable in totality. Cryptocurrency you can pay in decimal also, receive in decimal also, but that's not true for CBDC. CBDC will work like a digital currency or paper currency. That's how it will work. Few legal issues that I'm touching base on. The first and foremost is anonymity. All paper currency, yes, we know we can stack it and nobody would come to know how much we have stacked. CBDC by and large offers you that, but it will be only up till a specified limit. Beyond a specified limit, KYC would be necessary. And once the KYC is done, everything is available for Reserve Bank and any other government channels to watch. But one very important factor is CBDC operates on an authorized blockchain. So it will not be open for everybody to see. You and I will not be able to see what transactions are being done by somebody else. It will be only open to the regulatory authorities. So it is through authorized blockchain and it is not on open blockchains. Acceptance, whether this will be accepted by all. So yes, as per Indian law, this is a legal tender and everybody will have to accept. But Shaktikanta Das, the governor says, okay, we will deal with it as it comes. As in, if somebody were to refuse it, you know, I don't have the facility, I don't have the e-wallet, I cannot accept. As of now, this is a challenge. Somebody may. RBI says we'll look into it subsequently, but legally everybody is supposed to accept it because it's a legal tender. It's equivalent to your paper rupee. Income tax, or for that matter, typically CBDC is equal to your cash. And RBI has said, okay, it will, over here says that currency will also include a digital currency. So wherever there is a regulation for cash, the same will apply for CBDC. And then of course, income tax department has got certain limit for cash withdrawal. The same will apply for CBDC. Even though you are taking it into your wallet, it means withdrawal. In fact, for that matter, you will not even get interest onto it, though it is in your wallet, because it is outside the banking channel already. It's considered as withdrawal. So CBDC is equal to cash, and all the regulation as applicable to cash will also apply to CBDC. Accounting perspective. Since it is an independent wallet and it's not linked with any bank account, the moment you transfer money to your wallet or somebody receives into the wallet, your bank balance does not get affected when somebody gives money into your wallet. And when you withdraw or when you deposit, your bank balance gets this. So it is independent. Two things are independent. Hence, CBDC needs to be accounted as a separate bank book in your bank accounts. This is how you will have the complete view of your books. It's almost like your cash book that you will have to maintain it. So this is what CBDC is all about from our perspective. I'm open to questions, if any.
By the way, I think some questions were there in the chat box. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, I think settlement and all, I think you covered, right?
From which date this system is going to be implemented? As of now, it is on trial basis. Government has said 2 months of trial before it will go live. So hopefully by February or March, we might see this going live and open for everybody.
Okay, sir, any interest on the amount?
No, because it is outside your banking channel. The moment you transfer to e-wallet, your bank account is debited. So there is no interest provision as of now.
Okay.
How do we deposit cash into CBDC? As of now, you will have to route it through your bank account. You cannot directly deposit because it's an e-wallet. There is no converter in between. So you might have to put it into your bank account and then get it transferred to your this, or you may seek some P2P. Somebody might pay you and you may tender him your cash amount. That is another possibility. It will be real time. All settlement of the transaction will be real time, almost same as your UPI or RTGS immediately. And in fact, those transactions are happening now, right now. It is immediate. Absolutely, there is no 1 hour, 2 hour delay. It is immediate.
Otherwise, Dinesh Bhai is asking, will it be like a UPI wherein the multiple companies can create their own wallet app?
Yeah. Already as of now, the 4 wallets are out. I have named 2, but 4 wallets are out. But what I've seen from the look and feel of each of this wallet, the front end is same. So I understand the front end or the entire wallet has been developed by government agency, and all you are able to do is co-branding as of now. This is what my feeling is. But yes, it will be open for private companies to do it. Only thing is we don't know what is the regulatory. As of now, they have allowed only 4 banks to operate on to. So multiple companies might come, private companies might come, but as of now, it is via banks that this function is being given.
Okay, Uday bhai. So I think you have parallelly you answered second. Next question also. The second question was, we will have the common e-wallet or each bank will have their own separate e-wallet. So I think
E-wallet, you may have a common e-wallet,
okay.
irrespective of how many bank accounts that you have, because the moment it comes into your wallet, it is tenderable to anybody and everybody. You need not attach or sign on to. So typically for me, even though I have an ICICI bank account, I might open an IDFC e-wallet. It's okay, absolutely no issue, because e-wallet is separate from my bank account. It is open in that. There is no linkage between the two.
Okay. So the next question is how the auditor should verify and what documentation.
Yeah, like UPI, this will also provide you with the transaction listing. How regularly we should download it will typically come as we go ahead. But typically, yes, e-wallet will have its own transaction statement, and that would be the source of entry and source of verification.
Okay. So next question is what are the advantages over the UPI?
From me as an user, I'm indifferent. But for economy as a large, yes, CBDC is going to be a game changer because it is going to reduce the cost of floating currency in the economy. So advantage to me as this UPI or CBDC is almost similar. In fact, UPI has an advantage. I'm not curtailed to denomination, but UPI is linked to a bank account. So consider a person who does not have a bank account, say a daily wage earner. Now he can also receive money digitally if he has a smartphone and he has a wallet, and he can pay through it. So he has an advantage without opening bank account. Today, we force all our employees to have accounts, including our peons and car washer, etc., so that we can transfer the money. Everything is above the board. But now we can do this. We can transfer the money to their e-wallet, irrespective of them having a bank account. So that is one thing that would be an advantage. But yes, limitation, as I said, is denomination. So you need to have relevant denomination to be able to transfer, or you will have to seek your bank to give you that denomination before you can make the transfer.
Okay, next question. Vipul Bhai is asking, will the bank charge the commission for the conversion from the bank?
It's a withdrawal. So as many withdrawal that you are allowed for your banking account, depending on the account type, the same will apply to this. So when you are taking money from bank to e-wallet, it is considered as withdrawal. And suppose if your bank allows,
यूटर्न को बता रहे हैं ऑक्सफोर्ड बताया मैंने यूटर्न क्यों दिखा रहा है आपको
suppose if your bank account allows you 2 withdrawal per month, then this will also be on 2 withdrawal per month. Beyond that, there will be normal charge as applicable. But by default, otherwise it should be free of cost.
Okay. Next question, Avinash is asking, is there any chances to make the fraudulent transactions?
You yourself are executing transaction. So unless your phone is cloned, there won't be any fraudulent transaction. That is an advantage, unless your phone is cloned. And if your phone is cloned, you can immediately connect with the issuer of e-wallet to stop all transaction. So as of now, it is quite, so I would not say there is no chance, but there is a very limited chance because it is only through a phone or an instrument. When you change a phone, you will have to move it to that next instrument. it is validating the SIM. When you register yourself, it is validating the SIM. So it will work only with that SIM. Suppose if you were to take your phone to another country where SIM is not working, your e-wallet will also not work. So that's how it is. It is at SIM level that entire transaction is passing through.
Okay, so Dinesh is again asking, will it be the end of the wallets like Paytm?
I don't see it as that because one of the major challenges denomination with Paytm, Google Pay, Apple Pay. You are not restricted. It's passing through your bank account. So plus the offering of the private players in terms of discount and all that may not happen in this because it's physical currency equivalent to physical currency. So I still see there is a value for all the private players who are offering payment gateways.
Okay, can one e-wallet would be compatible with all the bank accounts, or can I deposit and withdraw money from the various bank accounts from the same e-wallet?
Yes, yes, very much. So e-wallet is standalone. You can connect it with as many bank accounts as you have. For e-wallet, the banks are distinct entities. So you are not kind of tying it up one to another. That's how it is.
That's it. I think Uday, most of the questions I think you answered.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Uday, once again. And since it's a very early stage, and then also you have given us the food for the thoughts on this very relevant topic. Uh, it's a future now, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the members are benefited, and almost 325 members are there, listening you on this topic. So I can understand the importance of this today's topic and the topic you have selected. So thank you very much once again. So I think questions are over from the members side. So we'll have to move towards the conclusion. So propose the hearty vote of thanks. Again, I would like to invite our deputy convener, Sri Purvi Bagaria ji, to propose the hearty vote of thanks.
Thank you, Jayesh Bhai, for this opportunity. At the outset, I feel privileged to be a part of this community where we get to learn so many things and so many new topics every day. Thank you so much, JB Nagar Study Circle. On behalf of the JB Nagar Study Circle, I would like to propose a very hearty vote of thanks to our today's speaker, CA Uday Shah. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on this new and upcoming concept of a digital currency. This is, as Jayesh Bhai said, that it is the future now. And if we are aware, we can better plan and better execute our transactions in the future. We will surely like to hear from you more when this currency is actually out and there is more clarity. And I would like to also thank all the participants today for their patient listening and being interactive and asking questions. Thank you, sir, for answering their questions. Also, thank you, Dinesh Tejwani, for arranging today's session and helping us out in coordination. Thank you, Jayesh Bhai, for choosing these topics and having the session today. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Purvi.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So we are concluding the session.